Welcome to AI Revolution in Healthcare, a regulatory perspective with Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. Bringing over 3 decades of global regulatory and quality experience to demystify the intersection of artificial intelligence and healthcare regulation.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota, and today we're exploring the global regulatory landscape for AI in healthcare. As AI technologies transcend geographical boundaries, understanding how different regulatory bodies approach AI oversight becomes crucial for successful implementation. The global nature of healthcare innovation presents both opportunities and challenges. While AI technologies can potentially benefit patients worldwide, navigating different regulatory frameworks can be complex. Today, we'll examine how major regulatory authorities are approaching AI oversight and explore emerging trends in global harmonization. Let's start with the FDA's framework, which has been pioneering in many ways. The FDA's approach to AI regulation centers on the concept of total product lifecycle management. This was exemplified recently when they authorized an AI-based breast cancer detection system. The authorization included not just initial validation requirements, but also protocols for monitoring and improving the system's performance over time. The European approach, guided by both the European Medicines Agency and the Medical Device Regulation, takes a somewhat different path. The European framework places significant emphasis on risk classification and has specific requirements for AI as a medical device. A recent example involves an AI diagnostic system that required separate validations for different EU member states, highlighting the complexity of the European market. The regulatory landscape in Asia presents another interesting perspective. Japan's PMDA has developed a unique approach that emphasizes real-world performance evaluation. For instance, they recently approved an AI system for diabetic retinopathy screening with the requirement for post-market performance monitoring across different Japanese healthcare settings. China's NMPA has also established distinctive requirements for AI medical devices. Their framework includes specific provisions for continuous learning systems, as demonstrated in their recent approval of an AI-powered medical imaging platform. This approval included requirements for regular performance reviews and updates to the regulatory authorities. Now, let's examine some key areas where these regulatory frameworks converge and diverge. First, regarding performance validation, we see common ground in the requirement for robust clinical evidence. However, the specific requirements vary. The FDA's predetermined change control plan approach differs from the EMA's more traditional change management requirements. A practical example of these differences emerged when a major medical device manufacturer sought approval for an AI-powered patient monitoring system. They needed to develop separate validation protocols to meet FDA and EMA requirements, though recent harmonization efforts are working to reduce such duplicative efforts. Data requirements represent another area of variation. While all major regulators require high-quality training and validation data, their specific requirements differ. The EU's GDPR has particular implications for AI training data, requiring careful consideration of data privacy and consent. This was highlighted when a multinational company had to modify their AI training approach specifically for the European market. Real-world monitoring requirements also vary significantly. The FDA's approach emphasizes continuous monitoring and improvement, while other regulators may require periodic reassessments. For instance, a recent AI-based diagnostic system required different post-market surveillance protocols for different regions. International harmonization efforts are making progress through various initiatives. The International Medical Device Regulators Forum has been particularly active in developing harmonized guidelines for AI in healthcare. Their recent framework for software as a medical device has been influential in shaping regulatory approaches worldwide. The concept of regulatory convergence is gaining traction. This doesn't mean identical requirements across regions, but rather alignment on fundamental principles. A recent example involves the harmonization of AI validation requirements between the FDA and Japan's PMDA, simplifying the approval process for manufacturers. Looking toward the future, we're seeing several emerging trends in global AI regulation. One is the movement toward regulatory sandboxes, controlled environments where innovative AI technologies can be tested under regulatory supervision. Singapore has been particularly successful with this approach, allowing controlled testing of AI systems in actual clinical settings. Another trend is the development of international standards for AI in healthcare. Organizations like ISO and IEC are working on standards that could serve as common reference points for regulators worldwide. These efforts could significantly streamline the global approval process for AI-based healthcare solutions. The key to success in this complex landscape lies in understanding and anticipating regulatory requirements across different regions. Companies developing AI healthcare solutions must take a global view from the earliest stages of development. In our next episode, we'll explore the critical topics of ethics and patient privacy in AI healthcare applications, examining how regulatory frameworks address these fundamental concerns. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Nirdosh Jagota, and this has been AI Revolution in Healthcare, a Regulatory Perspective. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our podcast and share it with your colleagues. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
You've been listening to AI Revolution in Healthcare, a regulatory perspective with Dr. Nirdosh Jagota. Join us next time as we continue to explore the intersection of AI innovation and healthcare regulation.